quite yet. Can you all remember when we were detectives a little while back and we did some clarifying? Do y'all remember that? Yes. And what do detectives do? What do they do? They solve mysteries, absolutely. And when we were clarifying, we were looking at mysteries that had to do with words and phrases and things that we didn't quite understand. And we used some hints and some tricks and tools just like real detectives do. Well, we're going to be detectives again today. And today, we're going to be working with some questions and some answers and looking at how they relate to each other, and they give us some hints as to how we're going to search for information as we get to those comprehension questions at the end of some of our stories. So today we're going to practice some of those things together. Then you'll get a chance to work with a partner, and then you'll get to do some stuff all on your own. How's that sound?
Good.
Sound pretty good? First thing, we are going to do question-answer relationships, and I have 4 different kinds of question-answer relationships that we're going to talk about today. And I have put together a page for you so that you can take a closer look at what these question-answer relationships are all about. Would you mind taking one of those and then passing the stack to your neighbor? And on these pieces, it will describe for you each of these different kinds of question-answer relationships. And so that we don't have to say question-answer relationship over and over again, guess what we're going to call it? What does question start with? Q. What does answer start with?
A.
A. What does relationship start with?
R.
R. So we're going to call it QAR. And that's what we're going to be talking about, question-answer relationships, or QAR. Okay? You have a list of 4 different QARs in front of you. And the first one that you have there is called right there. So when we're looking at a question that has an answer that you can find by looking at just one sentence in your story or in what you're reading, that means it's right there. Pretty easy to remember, isn't it?
Yes.
What's the second one called that's listed there? Aisha? Think and search. And so if I'm doing think and search, what 2 things do you think I'm having? Sentence number 3 is the answer, because that is right there. Okay? So if you use 2 sentences, you have to think a little bit, you have to search a little bit. Which kind are you using? Think and search. If you have to use some clues from the author, but you have to do some thinking yourself, which one are you using? Writer in me. And if you do it completely by yourself, just your own background knowledge, it's not there in the book. It's on my own, absolutely. So we have these 4 pieces in your prior knowledge. It won't be something that I can point in the book and say, right there. Each one of those 4 pieces, you'll have your note piece in front of you to remind you of each one of those. And we'll have these listed here. I'll give you a question from the text, and you can work independently or by yourself to see if you can find the answer, or you can work with a partner to see if you can find the answer, and then we'll decide what you've had to do to find the answer to decide where the question belongs. And they'll all be from that first chapter that you've already read. Okay? Here's your first question. The first question is, what makes a mummy different from a skeleton or a fossil? Don't answer yet. I want you to see, can you find it in the book? Do it by yourself or with a partner. What makes a mummy different from a skeleton or fossil? Think you have it? You got it? Kiana's got it? You got it, Michael? Okay, now here's the trick. First, I want to see what is our answer to the question. Don't tell me which kind it is yet. What is the actual answer to the question? Jessica, what do you think the answer is? What makes a mummy different from a skeleton or a fossil?
A skeleton is only bones with no soft tissue at all. A fossil keeps the shape of a human, animal, or plant, but the body itself has hardened into rock.
Wow! And where did you find that information?
In the, I guess
Second paragraph, what page?
7.
Page 7. Did you all find the same?
And stuff, and a human will be wrapped up.
How did you know that? Did you have to use anything in the text?
No.
Where does it come from? Prior knowledge, from prior knowledge. And that cartoon information, is that in the text? No, it doesn't talk about cartoons in there. So this part is all prior knowledge. This is something that you knew when you walked in the door today and didn't even have to look in the mummy's book. Is there something in that section, in that chapter 1, that does describe a human mummy?
Yes.
Is there a part in there? Can you find it? Can you find a section that describes a human mummy? Ooh, that was smart. Good job. I saw Dion checking to see if he could find some information that would help him in the table of contents. Where do you find what they might look like? What are you using to help you find that section? It's still in chapter 1, but to find that specific section in the chapter, is there any hint or clue that you're using to help you find it? You are using writer and me, because you have to use whose clues? The authors and your own information from cartoon mummies. So Jessica's right. We use writer and me. We use some hints and clues in there, but we already know what the cartoon mummies look like. Okay? Last one, are you ready? And then I'll let you do some things on your own. Last one. Where have mummies been found? Where have mummies? We like ladies against gentlemen today?
Yes.
We would like ladies against gentlemen today? Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'll give 2 sentences to the ladies and 2 sentences to the gentlemen. See if you can first find the answer, and then second, decide where does it go. Okay? I'll move these out of the way and be ready to share. Which one are you working on right now?
Why do people use dead bodies in space?
Okay, think about what we used when we got to that one about how they look. What did we use to help us find that section where we'd find the answer? We used the text and we used one of those subtitles. So take a quick look at your subtitles. See if any of those subtitles tell you any hints or clues.
That's how Mommy got. That's how we got the word.
Right, so would that give you information? No.
We know that answer too. I'll read it.
Also peek at some of your pictures. You might see a picture that might give you some idea too.
We know both.
Use all those hints. You got both of them already? Yourself. You boys think you've got yours? Okay, let's go back and forth. Let's have the boys answer one first. Tell us your question, and then one of you tell us the answer to it and show us where you got your information.
How long have people made mummies? Okay, I tell the answer. For
Okay, we've got to listen to these guys. Okay.
15,000 years.
Wow. And where did you find that? Can you show the ladies where you found it?
It's on page 11.
Page 11. Can we find page 11, ladies?
I mean 5,000.
And where did you find that? Can you show us specifically where on that page? What paragraph are we in?
The second paragraph.
Where it starts with what word? People. People have made mummies for at least how long did it say, Kiana? 5,000 years. So what do you think, gentlemen? What kind of a question was that? How many sentences did you find it in? One. What do you think? Should we agree with them, ladies?
Yes.
I think they did a great job. So where's that going to go here, Keith? It's going to go right there. Very good. Let's give the ladies a shot. Ladies, which one would you like to share first? Which one would you like first? Up. So where does this go?
Writer and me.
Writer and me, because you used
Because we use the writer's information.
writer's information and your own information. Excellent. Here's your last challenge. Are you ready for it?
Yes.
Now, when you return to your seats, you can stay in your threesomes if you want to, in your trios, but you have 2 things that I want you to accomplish before you come back to me tomorrow. On your pages, you have these 2 pieces highlighted. Did you notice that?